My name was a tricky one because I think when my mother and father named me, Micheál, it's not a very common name in England, so it's definitely caught a lot of people out. You know, some people think I'm Spanish and Italian and everything. They pronounce it all sorts of ways, but it's definitely pronounced Micheál. I've been in England for 13 years now. I started here on the 1st of November 2010. My uncle had horses and he trained as well, Jimmy Neville, and I seen horses from an early age there, and then two of my neighbours were jockeys as well. We used to go to Gorham Park all the time, a local track at home, and one day we were there, my mum went up to a local trainer, Tom Foley, and asked him would there be any chance of me coming in and riding out. And Tom said to come up Saturday morning and bring me helmet and boots, and I went up, and that's where it all started really. They were a lovely family to help me out, get me going. They taught me how to ride basically on the gallops, and it was a very much family run affair, and they gave me all the time in the world. So that's how it all started for me. Then from there I went to the racing academy where I got a placement with John Ox for a year. You know, I got to ride work with some very good riders there, Mick Cannan, Fran Berry, Cathy Gannon, they were all there at that time. So that was a great experience, and I went back to school after that and I completed my leaving cert. And as soon as that was done, then I got a job with Eamon Sheehy, and that's where I started to race ride. You know, Dusty was very good. He gave me plenty of rides in bumpers and point to points, and he was always then encouraging me to come to England when things quietened down in Ireland after the recession. And between him then and Aidan Fitzgerald, that's how I ended up in the UK. I was lucky. I grew up, you know, in a very horse-orientated area, and there's a lot of good riders about, but someone I always loved was Barry Geraghty. I always thought he was very confident and strong and, you know, brilliant on the big day. He just didn't make many mistakes, and he always seemed to be in the right place at the right time, and it was just something that I always thought he's someone I'd love to be like one day, but still trying to get there. Came over for 2 weeks for a trial to see if I'd like it here, but I knew after the first day that I was going to stay, and then I started riding in some point-to-points for local trainers, and I really enjoyed that. It was good fun, and I was very lucky. My first year here I was national novice champion, so I think I rode 16 winners that year. I had a great start. When I came here, Richard Johnson was #1 rider, Tom O'Brien was here, Reese Flint, you know, really good guys. Reese had just been champion conditional. Richard Johnson obviously went on and been champion jockey 4 times, and Tom O'Brien's ridden over 1,000 winners, so I learnt so much from those guys. They were so professional, not just in the race or riding out, but just how they conduct themselves. I think I learned quite a lot off them in that respect. Very good with owners, very good with maybe when the day doesn't go so good. It's easy to be happy when things go well, but they were very level-headed, never got too up or too down, and I think I was lucky to have those in front as a role model. A typical day for us in the winter is, you know, be riding out every morning. So I'm based here in Sandhill Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm with Seamus Mullins every Thursday morning, and then Friday morning is for different trainers who I ride for regular. Try get to as many as I can, Friday and Saturdays. And the only negative about the English racing is quite a lot of driving involved. We're based in the West Country, so we're miles from a lot of places, but there's always a good team of lads around here. We've got Ben Jones and Sean Houlihan in the yard who ride quite a lot with me, so we tend to share lifts, which makes it easier. But the driving is definitely the negative side of it. You could spend on a busy day in the winter, you could be in the car for 7 or 8 hours a day, so you shared driving it halves the load, so it's we're lucky in that respect. I've obviously been injured a bit in the past. You know, I've done collarbones and arms and legs and stuff like, but 2 years ago I had a pretty bad injury where I broke my back in 2 places. I broke my sternum, some ribs, and punctured my 2 lungs. So that was quite a you know, major injury to get. and it kept me out for 6 months. And then it took me probably 6 months or even a year to get back riding well after that, because I was so sore and stiff everywhere where the rods and stuff went in. I went to Oaksey House straight away, about a month after my injury, and I spent nearly 5 months up there. And I went from being barely able to walk going in there, coming out past fit to race ride. So very lucky to have Oaksey House and all the Jack Berry House, and there's loads of them in the UK now. They're even built one locally in Taunton for us now, which is brilliant. There's an injured jockey hub there, and all the guys in the West Country, because we're so far away from the other centres, we can go there now for fitness and physio. So that's a big, massive side of racing that we're very thankful for. If I didn't have the injured jockey fund from the injury I had, with all the physio I needed intensively, I probably maybe wouldn't have come back riding, because it took 3 or 4 sessions every day in the gym for 5 months to get me back. And I just want to thank them, you know. I've kind of been in the situation where I've not really ridden in the big races yet. I've ridden in some big races, but never been on horses that had chances to win. So hopefully this year we can find a few of them. Be nice to take part in the big Saturday meetings and be competitive. That's hopefully the goal for the season. But I'd say up till now the most enjoyment I ever had was probably finishing second in the cross-country race at Cheltenham on Beau de Brise. We didn't win, but it was a great buzz to be involved in such a race, and it's definitely a day I won't forget. I'm just shy of 200 winners now on the track, so that's definitely a goal that hopefully we can tick off, and be a nice milestone to meet. And I'd love to ride a big Saturday winner. Like I say, I've ridden a lot of winners day in, day out over the years, but I just lack that big Saturday winner, and it's something I'd love to achieve. So hopefully we can find a horse to do that on this year. You know, obviously living in England, I miss my family quite a lot. That's one that never gets any easier. You know, you make a lot of sacrifices to do it as a job, but riding the winners is just, that is the end goal. And when every winner you get means so much, because you put so much into it. Obviously, I think, you know, it'd be nice to win a big race, a Grade 1 or a Cheltenham Festival race, but just day in, day out, it's great to be able to go racing and take part in such a sport. I love watching snooker, and I breed some sheep as well, bit of livestock just for something different. We take them to some of the local shows and some of the local markets and have good fun there, so it's different. I was no good at golf. I didn't have the patience for fishing, so that was the next thing on the list. Obviously we have our well-established horses like Time Hill. You know, he's done very, very well. He's a Grade 1 winner, multiple Grade 1 winner. But then we've some very nice young horses as well. You know, Philip and Johnson have restocked this summer and done a good job. I think we've got some really nice youngsters. We're starting to work them now and school them, and they're starting to show plenty of promise. There's a nice horse here called Iberio going chasing. I still think he's very well handicapped, and he's a fine big horse. He's going to go chasing this year. He's already schooled, jumps nicely. I like him. There's a nice young horse here that won an English point-to-point bumper called St. Anna Pellino. I think he's very smart. I schooled him the other morning, and he's really good and athletic, and he just shows all the right signs. And there's also a horse here called Cave Dancer, who's ran in one bumper, and he finished third, and I think he's a really nice horse. So I'm very lucky as well. I've got a good team of people around me. I've got Alan Cawley, who's my agent. He's brilliant. He's always trying to get us outside rides and does a great job. I'm lucky. I work with Andrew Thornton, who's brilliant for advice. You know, he's been a big help to me in the last few years. Not only just with racing, but things that go with it as well. It keeps you enthusiastic when things are maybe not going so well, and keeps you level-headed when things are going well. So he's a big help to me. Obviously, I've got a very good boss that I ride for here with Philip and Johnson. Also, Seamus Mullins supports me a lot. So I've got a really good team of people, and I've had a good start to the season. I've had 13 winners already, and hopefully with everyone around me and the horses that I have to ride, and a bit of luck on my side, hopefully we can have a successful season.